I want to show you something. This is my photography business right now. It's not much to look at yet. No studio, no waiting list, no fancy website, just me, some gear I've had for a while, and a decision I made that I'm not going back on, to build something that belongs to me. Hi, I'm Len, and welcome back to Managing Life After 50. Today I want to walk you through exactly where I stand, what I'm trying to build, and why I think starting a business at this time might actually be a different kind of advantage. So after the layoff, I sort of had to figure out what I actually wanted to do, not just what I was qualified for. And as I've mentioned in a previous video, I've practically aged out of my profession. And truly deep down, I knew that I no longer wanted to continue in a career that I was growing a bit weary of and basically just burnt out with. I'll also note that although AI hasn't completely taken over my former role in previous positions, it has fundamentally changed the nature of them. So for me, there was really no way of going back to the industry. Yes, I've thought long and hard about it. I've come to the same decision and the same conclusion each time, that it's really time to move on and move forward with my new endeavors. Now, I've always been drawn to photography, really since my junior high school years. It's something I had developed skills in, but never thought I'd actually build a career around. It was basically just a side gig that I had since 2008 when I bought my first DSLR. And my interest in this hobby turned side gig never really waned. I simply did it on occasion, mostly on weekends when I had a chance. The layoff forced me to ask, why not now? Shooting portraits, headshots, and doing personal branding photography made sense. It sits right at the intersection of the professional world I know and the creative work I love. There's also something deeply personal about it, helping people see themselves, well, at a moment where they're trying to put their best face forward. After everything else and all that I've been through, that really truly matters to me. And honestly, no one can lay me off from my own business. After what happened, that's not a small thing. The gear. Well, I've got pretty good equipment. The camera, the lenses, the lighting. That part I've invested in, actually for the last couple of years now. I've sort of stalled on the full execution of all of it and haven't really taken any major action just yet. And it's taken me a little while to work out the technical aspects of getting camera settings, lighting, and posing down. And I've still got a lot of practicing and trial runs to do before I feel comfortable working full-time with paying clients. And I mean, that thought alone has made me hit the brakes on this endeavor. So I'm at the stage where I have a few early sessions, and I'm still building towards my first paying clients. What I've done so far is to create an LLC and a DBA, establish an EIN, and get an accountant to oversee my taxes, design and print business cards, get a CRM up and running, set up property and liability insurance, and finally create a social media presence, an online presence, i.e. a Facebook account, a website, and Instagram accounts. Now, the website has been in construction for what seems like a very long time, as I've tried different formats, different business angles, and so it has a number of different iterations to basically narrow down who I think my client base is, or what they could be. So it's a continual work in progress, but it's growing, slow and steadily. I did, however, just create all that over the last year and a half before any additional work was done to move the business forward. So there have been a lot of starts and stops, obviously, and admittedly, one of the hardest parts of building a business with ADHD is that the creative work, at least for me, the actual photography, I love. It's the business side, the emails, the invoices, the follow-ups. That's where I hit the proverbial wall, especially with setting up and using my CRM. So right now, I'm also trying to put together very detailed and specific processes and systems that work with how my brain actually functions, not the systems, productivity culture, and mindset that say what I should be using. I used to think I needed everything purchased and ready before I could even call myself a pro photographer. Mirrorless cameras, various lenses, lighting equipment, studio, a full portfolio, an elaborate website, and that everything had to be absolutely perfect. I've now basically stopped waiting for ready and perfect. Honestly, starting is the hardest part. So starting imperfectly is still starting. Decades spent working in the professional corporate world means I understand my clients. I know and am keenly aware of what a headshot needs to do for someone's LinkedIn profile or their pitch deck. That's not nothing. So I look at it as a valuable asset for me, not a liability. There's something that happens when you pick up a camera and you're fully focused on another person, on helping them look and feel their best, getting them comfortable and slowly giving them the confidence they need being in front of the camera and capturing just the right expression from them. Not the dreadful deer in the headlights look is what I'm aiming for. So what happens then is that the ADHD quiets down, the depression lifts a little. It's the closest thing I have to a flow state. But honestly, it takes a bit of time to get there and establish that rhythm. I've essentially stopped trying to map out the perfect business plan and started trying to do simply one more thing. Book just one session, post just one photo on Instagram, send just one email to a potential client. That's the whole strategy right now. So what's next on the agenda and the calendar? Well, it's to schedule a few branding shoots with some of our real estate friends and some local politicians in the area. I'll be updating my Instagram site with a few highlights from those shoots and then posting many of them on my website soon after. And I'm going to keep documenting this on this YouTube channel. The wins, the slow weeks, the things that don't work, basically much of it. If you're building something too, I want this to feel like company. Whether you're thinking about starting your own thing soon or you're just curious about what this looks like in real time, stick around. It's going to be honest either way. And if you're building something after 50, a business, a second act, really anything, tell me about it in the comments. I genuinely want to know. If this is the kind of honest, unfiltered content you're looking for, please consider subscribing. That's what this channel is. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.